Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for game number 4 between Electronic Arts and Microsoft here in the After Hours Gaming League. And oh, goody goodness, it feels like Halloween, and they are passing out match point, but only one at a time. Right now, in the top right corner, from the red team, Team Microsoft, it is Bay, one of the regulars who performed oh so well in last seasons of AHGL. In the bottom left, we have Plast K, or Plast. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm going to go with Plast. He is the only Diamond Leaguer who is sent out in the lineups. Every week, teams get the list of 5 maps. They submit who is playing in the first 4 games. What that means is that you have a full week to prepare. If the teams are still tied after it is 2-2 and it is time to go on to the 5th match, that means that it is ace match time, baby. Ace matches mean that each team is permitted to send out whomever they please. So we have no idea if we will even be able to get there. Plast from Team Electronic Arts, the only Diamonder who has been sent out. Everyone else is a Master Leaguer. The map is now Shakura's Plateau, the sad, blue, frowny, mopey map. And Bay looks like he's going to go ahead and begin by building a barracks and depot at the front of his base. We're going to find out if he's going to be going for some sort of tech anytime soon. No, it looks like not. He is now sending out some sort of SCV. It looks like there's a little bit of lag. Chill, get out. Get out, chill, you're lagging us, man. Plast K does successfully send out 2 drones, and bam! Bingo dingo, wanamingo, hatchery. Bay, oh, Bay. Here it comes, planting down a second barracks, hiding it in his own shrubbery. Ah, that is so crazy. Now every time I go by high-hedged houses in LA, I'll envision devious things going on the other side, like science experiments, titrations, and this sort of thing. Looks like, ooh, the drone does not manage to get in, and Plast K is gonna expect that there's some kind of expand going on, and it looks like SCV, will it be nibbled to death? He's a vigorous nibbler, and he doesn't get it. Oh, that stinks. Oh, that hurts so hard, and his body is now lying there at the bottom of the ramp, inert, with no more life in it. The brain ceasing to function because there's bullets in it. And now it looks like Plast K is getting up his usual expand routine, but he is going to be up against some very threatening pressure. We see many Marines advancing forward across through the center of the map. Uh-oh. Now moving close. Hitting to the front hatch. Oh, no. He can wall off the front with 3 bunkers. There's the 3 bunker pressure, but he might be waiting a little bit too long. That creep is spreading awfully far forward. There's bunker 1, 2, and 3 might be coming up, but the creep is already expanded. It's moved forward, you guys. And he's building a supply depot. The Microsoft Terran is inventing his own kind of wall-off, and now the drones from Plast K are continuing to advance forward. How did the creep spread like that? That doesn't actually make any sense at all. And he defends, a miracle for the Diamond Zerg from Team EA. Oh no, the drones do get the chance to wrap around all of these Marines. Oh, quickly burrow the supply depot. Hide the supply depot. There's Bay with the lull. Seriously, look at this lopsided creep spread. That is incredible. That is just a gift from God. Looks like Plast K will counter the depot planted at the front of his base by hitting it with his queen and building a spine crawler next to it just in case. In the meantime, Bay has pulled back all his barracks, walling off his own front and going for the expected expansion. Now 2 geysers have been planted for Bay. Looks like Bay, again acknowledging that there was some sort of divine intervention. But as we know, there's only one divine presence in Starcraft 2, and his name is Dustin Browder. The spirit of Dustin Browder is on the side of Plast K. He is getting his Zergling speed up and will likely be trying to get up some sort of reasonably fast spire. You generally can't get away with getting a third too quickly on this map, as it's very difficult to join the bases together with creep. It's also just as equally threatening for for the Terran player to move at with Marines at any point in time. The Tech Lab is up. Plast K looks like he has decided to go for a very economic decision. He's getting himself an evolution chamber planted at the front of his base in case any sort of shenanigans try to move up again, such as Hellions with offensive depots. Lulz. Plast K also is continuing to drone himself up as much as possible. Bay getting up his command center. And let's see what his first upgrade decision is, whether it's combat shield, which would be, I think, a little bit more of an aggressive move out. The stim is a little bit more defensive. Yeah, there's the stim going down. Stim can potentially give you opportunities to attack, but the fact is, if you have 45 health Marines that drop down to 35 health, they're effectively not going to live very long. Very fast +1 attack upgrade. A nest of banelings has been constructed. That's how it's translated from in French. Le nest du baneling being constructed right now. Is Plast K going to go for a baneling bust? Oh, that would be so bejugular. As Bay, without the combat shield, will die very quickly to those baneling hits. If a baneling hit does manage to land on the Marines and the Zerglings just walk up and do one poke, it is death. Oh, it looks like Plast K is taking himself a third base, has begun the layer. It looks like he's getting the baneling nest as a defensive precaution. Oh, a couple Marines with minds of their own? Well, that'll teach you to think outside the box, Marines. Come on, do what everyone else is doing and sit behind the wall. And it looks like the Marines are moving forward, do manage to get a little bit of revenge for their brethren. Bay continuing to try to churn out those Marines. Any factory up? Indeed, a factory has been planted for Bay. He is going for the reactor. Ooh, it looks like he is going for the Tech Lab. It looks like the reactor was initially a way of saying, I want to be aggressive, I'm in an attacking mood, I want to try to do drops or move forward with Marines and medevacs, but it looks like Bay is realizing he's a little farther behind than he thought. He needs that muscle in there. He's going to begin getting siege tanks, and this would coordinate very well with somewhat of a faster third expansion at this point in time. Plast K starting to build some banelings. Just a sort of defensive amount of banelings, not too many, but a surprising amount of Zerglings being produced. This can be very dangerous for Plast K. Plast K is getting his centrifugal hook upgrade, and as every good Zerg knows, fast banelings are kick-ass banelings. The one issue is that if all these units are produced and Terran doesn't attack, then suddenly Plast K has a whole bunch of wasted resources that could have been spent on drones. Bay should appropriately identify and begin trying to do some sort of gentle, slow moving out, taking of expansions, getting his upgrades up, but Plast K is leading in the upgrade front as well. Doesn't quite have enough gas to begin that +2 melee attack, but once he does, looks like our Terran buddy could be in a little bit of trouble for them future engagements. Oh, the barracks is lifted. It's a sign. This is like the claw in Toy Story. All the Terran players get excited when they see the wall lift up. And oh, banelings, 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 he's moving around to the bottom side. Does he see the banelings? Is that physically possible? Is this happening? The banelings are starting to finish up. The tank is loaded up. It looks like he's going to try to do some sort of aggression down at the south side, and it looks like the Zerglings have spotted everything. The banelings are in a good position. Oh, Bay. Oh, no, Bay. Oh, this could be so scary, but it looks like Plast K isn't actually gonna do anything about it. He's actually totally cool with that, the way that everything works. But, oh, it looks like a counterattack is planned. Oh, Plast K. Oh, the buildings aren't lifted, but does it even matter? The answer is no, and I'll still give you 2 more guesses. Now the banelings are rolling in the front. Is this going to be a base trade? At the very least, this tank is going to be able to take out some. Ouch! A lot of SCVs die there, and there are more Zerglings streaming across the center of the map. Bay pulling back his Marines, but at the same time doing a little bit of counter drop play in the main base with that stim and combat shield. He's going to be in some pretty good condition to deal a little bit of hurt. Plast K gets himself walled off in that dead worker station. It looks like 18 of the good old red SCVs are down, and the EA Zerg is looking in good condition to even up the series, but the Microsoft Terran is not out of the running yet. He is dropping the main. All the Zerglings are on the wrong side of the field. And as you might imagine, banelings are a lot like goldfish, the food goldfish. Way too many banelings is almost enough. Am I right, fellas? Am I right? Yeah, I thought so. And oh, it looks like he's not walled in. It's not a depot wall, and it's a welcome mat. Welcome, banelings, to my main base. Oh no! Please stay as long as you please. A lot of SCVs get nailed down, but in the meantime, in the main base, Plast K, I think, might perceive himself as all-in. If he over-all-ins, he might end up losing to this counter-drop pressure. He has to rebuild his spawning pool. He's expanding up to the top right side, and way too many goldfish is almost enough. Banelings continue to be produced. Will they continue rolling, or will there be hating? The queens now all pulling back to that backside expansion. Uh-oh, banelings continuing to be rolling up. They're rolling up. See you later, barracks. And it looks like there is a drop going on in the main base, but the queens have successfully repelled it thus far. They try to move up to the ramp. The banelings are just killing off everything in a complete torrent of non-direction. And it looks like the welcome mat has been lowered. Welcome, stay as long as you please. Oh, a huge hit on the SCVs. He has almost none. In the unit counting station, 11 SCVs to 44 drones. Plast K now trying to rebuild his lair, adding on more hatcheries. He's had a complete inability to produce units for quite some time now, and as a result, he has way more money than he actually can afford. That sentence didn't make any sense at all. He has way more money than he wants. It doesn't make sense to have more money than you can afford. I'm rich, I can't afford it. What? Listen. Look, I'm going to build hatcheries. Cool. The EA Zerg continuing to try to add on more drones, but neither player is in a particularly good economic position. Bay does have this one medevac moving to a lot of queens. It looks like he's going to try to hit the top side, but Plast K is on a coffee break. We do have a tank pushed right up against the wall. Looks like he's in timeout. He has to face the wall. Being grounded right now. Meanwhile, Bay is going to try to just recoup the massive losses, taking a third base. Love that decision. That's going to allow him to use those mules to help re-stabilize his economy. He needs some way to produce SCVs faster and faster. Harassment drops and upgrades are going to be the big key if Bay wants to get back into the game. And it looks like that is what Bay is all about, boy. And without any Scourge to boot, Bay is free to roam around the map. The Microsoft Terran against the EA Zerg. The EA Zerg Plast K now getting his 2-2 ups up. And I would not be surprised if he moved all those Zerglings to the center and held the E button. That's the hotkey for banelings. Now it looks like Bay heading up to the northward position, continuing to add on more larvae to help spend that ridiculous amount of trust fund money that he's accumulated all on his own, trying to take down these destructible rocks to make sure that a timeout tank doesn't unleash a volley of hurt up at his northern expansion. And there's the stim, trying to pick off the Zerglings, but they do have the 1-1 upgrades that allows them to chew through the Marines at a little bit of a faster rate. But Zerglings have never jumped more than 10 feet in their life, so this is a little bit scary of a commitment for them. They just can't do it. Guys, how many banelings is enough? A little bit more than way too many. Plast K continuing to build banelings because if at first you don't succeed, try again. The drops continue to do a lot of damage, and in the meantime, drops everywhere. Bay re-attacking that southern position, doing a drop at the north, and it looks like the only Diamond Leaguer that has been sent out today is in a lot of trouble, having a very difficult time navigating this extremely confusing, awkward late game. And it looks like Plast K is continuing to... Oh, you guys. Oh, you guys, how many banelings is enough? And it looks like Plast K is under a lot of duress down at the southern position. Will he wait for the 2-2 upgrades to finish with his banelings, or will he attack right before they wrap up? Plast K continues to not set these rally points, having such a difficult time getting into a good spot. Oh, the tanks are sieged! Oh no, Bay! And now they siege up. The Marines are trying to run as quickly as they can. The tanks are going to try to disappear, and it looks like Bay does a very nice job of defending that up until that last second where he took a huge hit right in the mouth. Looks like Bay does have a burning orbital command. If he doesn't repair that, he will go down in the history books with the greats like Elky. Plastk still not mining out of these expansions. His trust fund is now depleted. He has to get a real job. And oh, thank goodness, the orbital command now finally has begun to remine. Repair that expansion. But the Zergling numbers from Plastk are huge, and he's at 2-2. Bay moving through the middle of the map. The Microsoft Terran trying to do a triple-pronged attack. One at the top, one at the bottom, and one in mid. And he gets caught totally off guard. Plastk is trying to pull the miracle and help his team get to the ace match against the reigning champions. And this push might be part of that. Right now, another drop going down at the north position, continuing to prevent Plastk from mining, and it looks like Plastk refuses to pull back and defend. These Zerglings are, Banelings. Someone open up Husky Starcraft's YouTube channel and play that song. Come on, Plastk. If you hit the E button a few more times. And it looks like Bay building a giant volley of bunkers, doing the best he can to stay in this game. His upgrades are 1-1. He's getting more tanks. The Baneling count is enormous. Here he goes. He's lining up. Only one siege tank is sieged, and the barracks is down, and Bay is not looking. Oh, the Marines! The Marines are unable to get into the bunker in time. Plastk sees the bunkers, though, and he does manage to break the front. He sneaks right on in and waltzes directly into the main base, where there's a bunch of vulnerable SCVs, and if the Marines do pop out of the bunker, they will not have that benefit of that extra shield. Zerglings with the 2-2 upgrades dealing so much pain. Oh, Plastk. Oh, does Bay see him? Does Banelings get seen? It looks like the drops have been successfully negated. Oh, he doesn't see. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Oh, no. And huge hit to the worker numbers. And amazingly, they're even in worker count. Would you believe it? Believe it or not, they're even in worker count right now. Hatcheries litter the map, but I would not be willing to call them expansions quite yet. Plastk still trying to navigate his way to a win at this point in the game. Plastk may lose this expansion. Bay trying to find some grip back on the game. That early Baneling hit did so much damage, but Bay is still doing the best job trying to pull back into this game. Here it comes. Looks like Bay trying to get into a good angle with those medevacs, but it's not helping. But still, the amount of upgrades that Bay has been going for, the fact that he is still making orbital commands, trying to recatch up, looks like he knows that upgrades are going to be his key to success, but he's running so low on minerals. Bay's been playing this out about as well as he can. But Plastk, if he manages to knock down that medevac, that would be huge. Zergling streaming on in, and the medevac is gonna be fine. Don't worry about it at all. Zerglings continue to position themselves in the center of the map, and if we consider ourselves human beings with the ability to recognize patterns, when Zerglings get placed in the center of the map in this game, there's a high probability the E button will be pressed not a moment later. And what do you know? Oh my goodness. Observers of the After Hours Gaming League Season 2, Week 1, we have a Spire coming up. Another nice tank positioning by Bay, trying to unleash another volley of hurt on this expansion. More Zerglings continue to die. Looks like the Queens continue to do their pinata impersonations. Oh, look at how much money he has. Look at all these. Yep, yes. You know what? I had a feeling. My spider sense was going crazy. I couldn't tell if it was maybe indigestion, but as it turns out, I eat only the most healthy diet ever. That's right, there's more Banelings being built. Bay now trying to put more pressure on this whatever base. This is like his 7th type base. I don't know. There's Banelings, you guys. Here they are moving in. The front gets obliterated, and there's the siege mode trying to get into those bunkers. Everything gets totally crushed. The Banelings managed to hit another successful blow, but it looks like that orbital command is in a good spot to begin getting muled up. Lings, mutas, everything continues to stream out dem bases. Oh, this would be such an upset if Plastk could manage to pull the win off Bay. Bay, who was crippled down to 11 workers, has managed to pull himself back to 100 food in a 28-minute long game. 26. Sorry, I don't know how to read numbers out loud. The important thing to note is that it would be a miracle if Bay managed to pull this game off, and it would be a godsend for Team EA to get a chance to knock down Microsoft. This expansion in a lot of pain. In the What's Been Killed tab, it looks like a bajillion SCVs have been taken out, but 30 workers killed as well for Bay. Continue to put a little hurt on Mutalisks. Uh-oh, the medevac pressure will suddenly stop. And are you still in timeout? You bet your ass you are. You are grounded, young man. That tank is going to stay there. Bay, trying to do musical orbital commands, will land his only non-orbital command center because he so desperately needs to get a planetary fortress up. Oh, mules are balanced. There's a lot of mules being planted, 8 in total, and we will soon see that he will go from 0 income to more than Zerg. Let's see if my prediction comes true. Well, once those SCVs get mining, I envision something along those lines will happen. Yeah, there you go. Ahead of Zerg. Easy. Now, in the meantime, it looks like Bay, is going to try to take himself a 4th base. This is a little bit dangerous. He's trying to overextend himself. He desperately needs those resources, but I think he should try to stay limited on the number of bases. And Plastic is doing what we call a Mutalisk rush. And we'll see if Bay can withstand it. And it looks like a couple of Zerglings do manage to annihilate a few SCVs. He's re-walling off the front. This might trap all these critical units onto that backside. We see that the Mutalisks move in, pick off 1 tank. Can they pick off 2? It looks like he's going to pick off a 2nd tank. The Marines are there to eliminate some of these Mutalisks that are part of the rush. And in the meantime, the Mutalisk count is continuing to grow for that EA Zerg. The medevac's going to fall. A full energy medevac is fine. It is going to fall. No, he's fine. And now Bay may lose these tanks, but there are Marines on duty. But as long as the tank count stays low, the Banelings will be able to do damage. And I have a feeling that Plast-K may very well make more Banelings. Bay pulling up his Miracle Defense. 174 food to 105. Plast-K starting to pull ahead. Once the Mutalisk popped up, he was able to establish control of all of his expansions. He has finally now re-expanded to his own main. Mutalisks in the air. And I'm pretty sure it's not a fragrance. They are indeed real Mutalisks. Now going to try to poke into that main base. Guys, this is a lot of Zerglings. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We require more Banelings. Plast-K now continuing to hold the E button. In a flurry of awesome, 44 Banelings have just finished. There is a hefty amount of defense here. But considering that Banelings have killed off 3 barracks again and again and again, oh, the limbo line has just begun. What are you going to do about it, Planetary Fortress? Oh, 2 welcome mats. 2 welcome mats at the front. The Banelings continue to roll, and the Planetary Fortress is going to go down in a huge explosion of Banelings. The SCVs fall. Meanwhile, the Mutalisks are taking down the 4th base. Bay from Team Microsoft cannot hold. And it looks like Plast-K, the Diamond Leaguer, manages to secure a winning position against Bay. And I don't know if there's any way that Bay can come back. And it's a good game. Unbelievable. Microsoft has managed not to close out the series. It looks like EA has tied it up 2-2. AFK buying every game they have ever published. It looks like EA is on the brink of taking a win from the reigning champions of the After Hours Gaming League. Don't go anywhere, because after this, it's going to be Game 5 of EA versus Microsoft.